All right, next up, I'm just going to give a overview of ARM's GitHub organizations, how we've somewhat been restructuring things in the past couple years. So let me just, okay, get my screen set. All right, so historically, if you're not aware, ARM has had one GitHub organization called ARM DOE. And now, I'm not sure if this will actually show up, but if you are able to go to that, you can see a number of different repositories, including PyArt, ADI, ACT, among many others in there. So that's somewhat always been our historical organization. Now, recently, we've shifted this organization to host ARM-funded or supported repositories. Now, in doing so, we realized that there was a need to expand somewhat our presence on GitHub to allow for other groups, other people to have areas to work with as well. So we've recently expanded to include an ARM Synergy organization, and this is an organization for ARM ASR PIs to host code repositories. That one was kind of a long time in the making. I think we recently just got all of our policies down for that, and I'll talk about those in a little bit here, but that one is open for ARM ASR PIs to host code repositories that they want to share more broadly. We're hoping that this sort of ARM supported repository or ARM-backed repository will help give more visibility to the PI's code. And we recently had one merged in, so we have one set of codes out there already. We hope to engage with more PIs going forward to get their codes up there and open for the community to use, and even for ARM to use as well. A lot of this, looking at this, is opening the codes up from ARM to our users, but it's also a great way for getting codes from our users back into ARM as well, and you'll hear more about that, I think, as the presentations go on. The other area that we have is an ARM development organization. Now, this was created to be more of a sandbox area to foster ideas, collaborations, really just what it is. It's a development area for infrastructure and others to use to build up some projects. Now, to create a repository in either of these, please use the Ask Us button on the ARM webpage with other as what you need help with. So there's down at the bottom in the footer of the ARM webpage, there is that Ask Us button. You can use that, and it'll get a task assigned to our GitHub organization group, and we will get that made for you and work with you on the requirements, which I'll talk about in a little bit here. So additionally, there was recently a news posting about this as well. So please do check it out. There's a lot of information in there as well. Now, along with that, the requirements that we have set up, just to cover a couple, because these might be new to some, but all of our organizations going forward, we're going to be setting up vulnerability scanning through GitHub, and also there's antivirus scanning as well that we want to enable on all these repositories just for security purposes. Again, if we're managing this infrastructure, we need to make sure it adheres to DOE policies. We also have a security team set up for each of our organizations with read capabilities, only read capabilities to all the repositories, so that they can perform additional virus scanning as needed per DOE policies as well. And Corey Stewart, who's likely on the call here as well, is leading those teams. And we'll be fleshing out more of that as we continue on with this. And really the only other requirement mainly that we have for these is just descriptive README files to inform potential users of what the code is and how to use it. That's going to be very important for the accessibility of this these code structures. So we really want you to be able to share how to actually use these things and not just use this as a a dumping grounds for your code to say it's online. We really want it to be something that people can engage with as well. So with that, I will just kind of show some of these repositories here, and I'll share my other screen here quickly. So now hopefully you can see that. Now this is our ARM DOE repository. For those that are somewhat new to GitHub, you can now follow organizations. So if you want to, please do so. But this is where a lot of our ARM supported ARM-backed repositories are found. PyArt, ACT, ADI, ARM GCM, diagnostics. Recently had PySP2 ported over, which I believe Bobby will be talking about on day 3. So there's a lot of different repositories in here. So please do go check that out. Additionally, the ARM Synergy area, which is set up for our PIs, both ARM ASR. Again, this is just somewhat early on, so please, if you have interest, do reach out. If you have follow-on questions about this, please reach out to myself or using that Ask Us button on the ARM webpage, and we'll be able to help you out. But the nice thing with all of this, and I'll show you here in a minute on one of these, is that we do have these workflows set up, and we're not expecting our users to be able to do this. So our team will gladly set up a lot of the security scanning here. So for vulnerabilities and for the antivirus as well. So you don't have to know that ahead of time. Don't think that that's a barrier for you to actually opening one of these up and starting to use it. Our team is glad and willing to help out however we can with these to get more users on here. So again, please go check out these organizations. Follow them. Check out the repositories there, especially with ARM DOE, ARM Synergy, ARM Development. We're trying to expand these, and there's especially ARM Development, ARM DOE. They're growing with repositories. It seems like almost every week. So please stay engaged and reach out if you have any questions. So I know we're running a little bit ahead of time here, so I'll open it up for questions. So Alicia, is that hand raised again, or is that a carryover from earlier? Okay.
It's a carryover, sorry.
Nope, you're fine. And after this, I'll put links to those organizations in our chat window here, so you can all check it out easily, or go there. I will note that additionally, we'll have all these presentations up on one of the repos in ARM development. We have an ARM notebooks repository that we have a specific open science workshop in, and I'll put that here as well. But expect to see all of the tutorials, all of the presentations in this area as well. So again, with that, I will open it up. Are there any questions? Or maybe I'll ask, is there any interest from those on the call here in maybe getting a repository set up in ARM Synergy or ARM Development? I'll ask you to put a thumbs up with your reactions if you have interest. All right. Well, maybe we'll be doing more education outreach in these areas. So please don't be shy. But if there aren't any questions here,